In today's video, we're going to be talking about booster box investing. Alright, so I was on Reddit here, scrolling down. I've seen this post a few times and I finally decided to make a video of it. This person posted a ton of Fusion Strike booster boxes and said, the best investment of my life. Bought 100 full boosters and a few half boosters at retail price just before they went on Pokemon Center. Feels surreal. There are now sales over $700. See you guys at 1,000. So yes, is this a very good investment? Absolutely. I'm curious to read maybe and see what price point this person bought these at. Not sure it really says. I'm going to take a quick scroll through the comments. Alright, so after scrolling through the comments, I didn't see anything that said price paid per box. There was a time when Fusion Strike booster boxes had dipped down to like 90 bucks. I don't know if this person collected that early on or bought them all after. I don't know. Either way, we have 100 Fusion Strike boosters, and as you can see here, we have them all selling for around $700. I think maybe it possibly even dipped a little bit, so we'll go ahead, we'll hop over to TCG Player and we'll check the actual sold listings right now. Okay, as you can see here, we have, this says $800. Let's check the actual sold listings and see what these boxes are selling for. Wow, so we have $795, $789, $742, $750. So the last two sales are closer to $800. So just for the fun of the video, we'll say sales are around $800. So this person has 100 Fusion Strike boxes at $800. So you're looking at roughly $75,000 to $80,000, I'd say, worth of Fusion Strike booster boxes, which is crazy to think about. Now, you always have to consider too what the person paid for these. So we'll say that they paid $120 a box, which is what the average was back in the day. I say back in the day like it was that long ago. So if you take that, you're looking at about $12,000, and we'll use 75K. It's because you know there was lower sales. So we'll do 75 minus 12,000. So this person's looking at about a $63,000 gain on these boxes if they were to be sold before fees and shipping and everything like that. It's going to be hard to get exactly 63 grand because of all of the selling process. It's going to be hard to liquidate that. You could sell it in bulk. I'm sure not one person's going to buy 100 Fusion boxes for that much money. You never know. Someone might come in and scoop them up. Again, that just kind of gives us an idea of the scenario here. And what I really want to talk about is how you can make money investing in booster boxes. And investing was a term I used to not really like too much, but you know, the more I've been around in the hobby, it's just, I always used to talk about liquidity when it came to Pokemon cards, which I still talk about liquidity. Stocks versus booster boxes. Obviously, stocks are way more liquid than booster boxes, and that's what we're talking about. If you had a $63,000 gain in the stock market, you could sell that, and with a click of a button, you have that realized profit. Pokemon, it's going to take more time and effort to liquidate all of those booster boxes. Can you make money though, however? Absolutely. We can see right here in this scenario, 100 Fusion Strike boxes. We can see this guy is up huge on these boxes, and a pretty solid set also to invest in Sword and Shield era. Probably a top 3 set, I'd say. Some people might not agree. That Gengar VMAX alone is what? Probably one of the top 3 most expensive alternate art cards. Right around there somewhere, 3-4. But it's not just Fusion Strike that you can make money from. It's a lot of booster boxes. Anything that you can get. Well, right now it's tough because, you know, MSRP, you're looking at like $160 a box, and boxes are crazy right now. This isn't always the norm, especially before, even in Scarlet Violet era. You could get boxes for $95. You could get boxes for $85. You used to be able to get Scarlet Violet base for $85 per booster at one point. If you don't believe me, there's a video somewhere on Rudy's page, I'm pretty sure, where he sunk like a few $100 grand into SV base boxes and they dipped. I'm pretty sure I watched a video about that, and he was down a lot. Now pretty sure he said he bag held them, and you know, obviously they're worth way more than $85 now. The key thing though with booster boxes is you just have to be patient. You have to give it time. And also, if you're someone that constantly has to rip Pokemon cards, this probably isn't for you, because you have to be able to, you know, have sealed product and look at it and go, okay, I'm not ripping that. At this point, I myself only have one of each of the Sword and Shield boxes. I'm now starting to get into collecting more Scarlet Violet boxes, where I'm trying to hold at least two boosters. I don't have all the sets, only a few. But at this point, you know, you look at those boxes, like I look at my Evolving Skies box and I'm like, Okay, the box is $1,500. You know, I could pull the Moonbryon, and that's the value of the box. Odds I'm going to pull the Moonbryon are probably about 1%. Probably less than 1%. Probably like 1/4% if I'm lucky. You know what I mean? It's not worth it at all to open the sealed product. You could just go buy the cards if you want them. Like, you could go open up not Fusion Strike. You could go open up Silver Tempest, right? Go rip some Silver Tempest box. What's Lugia Raw? Like $300 now? $350? I don't actually know. It used to be like $180, something like that. Way before the boom. I haven't checked, raw card prices, but you open up 2 Silver Tempest boxes, you're already over the price of the best card in the set. Just go buy the Lugia V Aldart. Don't rip the sealed. It's not worth it. Don't get me wrong though, I do like to open some sealed product. So usually what I'll do is I'll get some, put it away, rip a little bit, have some fun. The hobby's supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to strictly be for financial gain. Always remember that. So I feel like if you focus on multiple lanes of the hobby, not just one, you'll have a good time. It's not always just strictly about, a financial gain. And then I see too right now, I see people buying booster box cases, and some people might be like, why are you paying up on booster box cases? If you get a good deal on one right now, I don't see a problem with buying sealed, that's a little more expensive, because over time the cases are just going to get way more expensive. For example, if you go and you buy a case of Silver Tempest or like Lost Origin, anything like that, you're gonna do pretty good over time. As long as you don't open it and you bag hold it for over time, you're gonna do good. This post is just proof of this. I mean, this guy has literally 100 Fusion Strike boxes. Also, I'm not sure what these boxes are in. This is kind of scaring me right here. Hopefully it doesn't hit a seal one of those boxes and rip it. But if someone knows, let me know what this is. Like, what is this sitting in? Is this like a giant drawer or something that slides out? I have no idea. I can't tell at all. Looks like maybe it's something that folds up too. I mean, I don't know. I was trying to figure this out. I'm like, quicker video today. Buy sealed, hold it if you want to make a financial gain. Just always remember, you're not going to always get full value for everything. Taxes, shipping, insurance, there's all that you have to worry about. So always take that into consideration when you're calculating if you're going to sell. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, go ahead and make sure you join our Discord where we talk about things like this frequently. We have all the best news. We have a TCG pocket, Pokemon predictions, everything you could think of in there. Drop down the description of the video and make sure you join the Discord. That's going to be all for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you could please like, comment, subscribe, anything helps, and I'll see you on the next one.